The makers of Bayer Aspirin for fast, effective relief from headache, backache, muscular pains, and the pain and fever of a cold or flu. Bayer Aspirin. And now let's all play What's My Line? And now from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the popular columnist whose voice of Broadway appears in papers coast to coast, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
And now, the star of the new television series For the People, starting next Sunday night on CBS, Mr. William Shatner.
And on my left, a lady who's going to Boston on Thursday to lecture and sing there for the first time, Miss Kitty Carlisle.
And on my left, the publisher of Random House and a man whom I'm privileged to call my dearest and oldest friend, Bennett Cerf.
It's great to have you here, Bill Shatner. The reason Arlene isn't here is that she's stuck somewhere in the air between Jacksonville and here in a plane and is probably going crazy at this very minute. And now the pièce de résistance, our great panel moderator, of whom a darling little Florida girl at Cape Kennedy the other day said, "I don't understand one word he says, but he seems to mean it." John Charles Daly.
I must say, Bennett, I understand Arlene's predicament. I was in Washington this afternoon. I swam some of the way, skated the rest, and there are just no airplanes getting in. I guess Arlene probably will wind up back in Florida tonight.
Worse things than that could happen to her.
Kitty, we are very happy to have you here, and thank you very much, ma'am, for so beautifully filling that seat for us tonight. Mr. Shatner, we, needless to say, wish you great success with the new program next Sunday. And
thank you, Mr. Daly.
We hope
it's on after Ed Sullivan, I may add.
Now, it's a wonderful program to be on after, I must say. Well, we hope that you have some fun tonight, so that at least this Sunday night on CBS you have a fine jump-off for your series next week. We've got a lot of interesting occupations for my friends on the panel. We'll also have a famous mystery guest for the panel a little bit later in the program, and we'll meet our first challenger after this message.
And now a word from our alternate sponsor, Pall Mall Famous Cigarettes.
There's news you'll remember in my Pall Mall song. The flavor's delicious, so mild, never strong. Enjoy smoother smoking that's just sweet enough. Get freshly lit flavor in puff after puff. Pall Mall, choose well. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pall Mall. It's finer tobacco that filters so well and adds to the pleasure you get from Pall Mall. Self-filtering action and quality high. Give smooth, gentle mildness when Pall Mall you buy. Pall Mall, Pall Mall. Smoke longer and finer and milder Pall Mall.
Reward yourself with the pleasure of smooth smoking. Pleasure-packed Pall Mall gives you smoothness, mildness, and satisfaction no other cigarette can offer. Pall Mall Famous Cigarettes, outstanding, and they are mild.
Hi, this is Dennis James. You know, every now and then a piece of authoritative information comes out about weight control that actually and honestly gets you thinking. Now, this is a report from the Food and Nutrition Board of the... Actually, what it says is... All right, soon, okay? Okay.
And now, to meet our first challenger, will you enter and sign in, please? Sandy Kane. isn't that? Or is it Miss or Mrs. Kane?
Miss.
Miss Kane, where are you from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. It's nice to have you with us. Miss Kane, may I present the panel? And now will you join me over here, and we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right, panel, we can tell you that Miss Kane is salaried and deals in a service, and we'll begin the general questioning with Bennett Cerf.
Well, Miss Kane, the obvious question to ask about anywhere from Atlanta, may I rule out Coca-Cola?
Yes, sir.
You have nothing to do with Coca-Cola.
No, sir.
Hope you drink it once in a while.
Yes, I do.
Do you do your work indoors?
Yes.
Is it the kind of work that would appeal to both men and women?
Yes.
Equally?
Yes.
How about children?
On occasion, yes.
Do you sell anything?
No.
No, not specifically, Bennett. We'd have to give you a no there or we'd mislead you. That's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Miss Kane, do people watch you when you work?
Yes.
Do you wear anything other than an ordinary daytime dress?
Yes, I do.
Would you consider it a costume of sorts?
Yes, I would.
If I saw the costume, could I make a good guess at what you did?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. It is a costume that would be reasonable for the performance of the service that's involved, Dorothy, but would not necessarily isolate that service particularly by its character or nature.
I only said guess.
Mrs. Shatner?
What's your telephone number?
It's just been changed.
That's one for the people, Mr. Shatner.
That's for the people.
That's for the
Kane
people.
must have heard that Mr. Shatner was going to be on the panel tonight.
Do you use your voice?
Yes, I do.
Do you use your, any other part of your anatomy?
Yes.
Do you stay on the ground as against being lifted on trapezes and things like that?
We'll have a small conference, excuse me.
She either goes up or she either comes down.
Would you ask your question again, Mr. Shatner?
I don't think you had a conference at all, John. I would like to know whether you stay on the ground while performing your service, or whether your service... do you stay on the ground?
No.
You do not stay on the ground.
Well, no, I would think here we'd have to have another conference. I'm terribly sorry.
I've never seen them have so many conferences in there.
Miss Kane wants to be very fair, and we don't want to mislead you in any way.
She is very fair, too.
She is very fair indeed. I would say the answer would be plainly yes, that fundamentally the service is performed on the ground. In other words, I think you had relationship here to being lifted bodily off the ground
that
by
is
some
correct.
means or another. Yeah.
That is exactly what I meant.
Good. So you get a yes.
All right. Do you entertain these people, or do you entertain these people?
You mean specifically with the intent of being an entertainer?
No. Are these people entertained by coming into contact with your service?
I would think we would have to agree that this could be... Thanks very much. No, I would think we would have to agree that the average individual would consider that while not specifically having an intent of entertainment, that he or she would be entertained by what transpires.
Do you deliver a lecture of any kind?
Partly.
Is it a demonstration?
Yes.
Is this demonstration one of physical, involve a physical skill?
Yes.
Sounds good, doesn't it? I don't know where I'm going. You know where I'm going? Miss Kilgallen will take over. It involves a lecture of physical skill in front of a large group of people. Is that correct?
Well, we've agreed that people are there as to the composition or size.
I would think if the people knew what she looked like, there would be a large number of people.
That, I think, is a fair assessment.
Is this physical skill one of using your entire body? Using your entire body?
Yes.
Is it one of... I get myself into difficulties there. Are people educated by seeing this?
Yes.
Is it a gymnastic skill? I hope she says no.
I would say no. We would have to say that understanding gymnastic in its usual terminology, we'd say it was not a gymnastic skill as such. That's 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Collins.
You use all parts of your body when you demonstrate this? I mean, you know, not your hair or anything, but the normal parts of the body that you would use in moving.
Yes.
Do you use any other instrument to demonstrate this when you do demonstrate what you demonstrate?
Yes.
Do you use something like a baton or a hoop or a...
Having an association with music or anything? No, I think we have to give you a no. 4 down. I'm going to give you one more minute. 4 down, 6 to go.
This is some kind of athletic equipment that you demonstrate. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is it ever attached to people's feet or hands?
The equipment?
The equipment.
At times.
Can I rule out water skis and skates?
Yes, you can.
Golly. Is this equipment ever used in gymnasiums?
Yes.
Well, you demonstrate gymnasium equipment.
Well, I'm going to throw all the cards over, and I think that's close enough to make it right. Actually, Miss Kane demonstrates exercise equipment, Bennett. You know, dumbbells and or hand grips and all the paraphernalia works for
She has such a beautiful figure, it's no wonder.
You work with Diversified Products?
Right, Diversified Products Corporation.
Is that down at home?
That's in Opelika, Alabama.
How far is Opelika from Atlanta?
It's quite a ways, actually. I think the majority of the people would know that, being about 8 miles from Auburn.
8 miles from Auburn. Well, I must say, I think that you gave the panel a good, rough bit of exercises. And thank you very much for doing it.
Thank
nice to have you with us, Miss Kane. All right, let's see what you can do with the second challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Bob. Angel, right there? Mr. Angel, where are you from, sir?
Rochester, New York.
Rochester, New York. Nice to have you with us. May I present the panel, Mr. Angel? Now, will you join me over here, and we'll let the audience at home, this good and hearty group who came to see us in this dreadful night in New York tonight, and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, we can tell you that Mr. Angel is salaried and deals in a product. And we'll begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Mr. Angel, may I rule out that you make angel food cake?
Pardon, I'm sorry? May Miss Kilgallen rule out that you make angel fruitcake, angel food cake?
I do not. No.
Yes, you may rule it out. He does not know.
Is
yes.
this product solid rather than liquid?
Yes.
Could I use it?
Yes.
Could Mr. Shatner use it?
I hope so.
He could. Mm-hmm.
But I would be more likely to.
I'd say yes.
Would it be found in the home, Mr. Angel?
Yes.
When in the home would it ever be on view?
Deliberately so?
But just ever.
The right answer, I think, would be on occasion.
On occasion.
Thank you. Could I hold it in my hand?
Yes.
Would it be in... may I rule out that it is edible at all?
I don't believe it's edible, no.
Is it something that would be likely kept in a drawer or closet most of the time?
Occasionally.
Occasionally, not most of the time.
Well, I think we could agree here that your application here is to when not in use, would it be kept in a drawer or a closet as a product? I think
Yes.
we could agree this would be a reasonable place, either one, to keep it. Would you agree to that?
When it is in use, would it be used in the bathroom, bedroom, or kitchen?
On occasion in either place.
Are people better off for using it?
Better off?
Mm-hmm. For
I
having
hope
used
so.
it? Is it decorative as well as useful?
No. No, that's one down and 9 to go, Mr. Shatner.
May I rule out he demonstrates wings and things like
Yes, you may.
that? We've established that he can, that the person using this product can hold it in his hand, her hand.
Correct.
Is it, and we've established also that it's used mostly by females.
We would assume that's a proper premise, yes.
Would it be primarily used in the bathroom?
No.
No. 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Carlyle.
Would I look foolish if I had it with me outdoors?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr.
I
Sir.
wouldn't look foolish.
No.
No.
Oh, I asked the wrong way. Oh, dear.
Well, I must say, Kitty, I can't think of any circumstance under which you would look foolish.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Angel, you're from Rochester.
Correct.
Can I rule out any product of the Eastman Kodak Company?
Yes, you can.
Is this a manufactured product?
Yes.
And it's used more by women than by men?
Correct.
Does it require any skill to use this?
Yes.
Is it a skill that for which you have to get some kind of college education?
No.
No. 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Mr. Angel, is this product ever used in connection with babies?
On occasion.
Well, could that be the reason why women use it more than men?
No.
No, that's right. 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Shatner.
Is this product expensive? And by expensive, I mean, say, more than $5?
No.
That's 6 down and 4 to go, Miss Carlyle.
Oh, what? Was that more? It costs more than $5?
No, under $5.
It costs under $5.
Do I need manual dexterity to use it?
Yes.
But do most women have this kind of manual dexterity?
Sometimes.
I would say they have the capacity for it, would be a reasonable assumption, right?
But we have established that you need training for this.
But you need a skill for it, but it's a skill that could be acquired, and we would assume most women would have the capacity to acquire the skill that would be necessary.
Does this object have more than one part?
More than one part.
Yeah.
Can you explain yourself a little further?
Well, I mean, like a spool of thread has the thread and the spool.
Uh-huh.
No.
It's all one part.
Correct.
Yeah, that's right. 7 down and 3 to go. Mr. Sir.
Mr. Angel, has it got anything to do with sewing or needlework or something that a woman does when she's supposed to be reading a good book?
I'd say yes.
Cooking a meal for...
Has it got anything to do with sewing?
No.
No. 8 down and 2 to go, Dorothy Kilgallen.
Has it anything to do with knitting?
Yes.
Knitting needles?
Right. Yeah. Mr. Angel is the regional manager for C.J. Bates and Son Incorporated, and they make knitting needles out of aluminum.
Aluminum, wooden, and plastic, and if Mr. Daly doesn't mind, I'd like to say it's not C.J. Bates and Son, but Susan Bates knitting needles.
Susan Bates. Well, I was close. You know, I just had about 5 letters out of line, that's all.
I always thought knitting was part of the sewing family. It isn't. Really.
No, not at all.
That's different.
Does
you did very well, Bennett. I
would
wouldn't
left
say...
hand,
Beg pardon?
I was wondering whether the fact that he's left-handed had anything to do with his contact with knitting needles.
Not at all. While I'm
your mind.
asking here, I was going to ask if Miss Carlisle or Miss Carlisle knit at all.
Oh, yes.
I did.
Yes.
You've just
But
got
then it
a load.
doesn't. Thank you very much, sir. Nice to venture with us at What's My Line. Good night. Well, very nicely done, panel, and we'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment.
Chesterfield. On the move with the men of America, building mighty dams, carrying freight to the ends of the earth, punching cattle from sunup to sundown. Men of America. Men who stop and take big pleasure when and where they can with Chesterfield King. Yes, when they're at work or on a well-earned vacation. Fishing in the Rockies, hitting the surf in the Pacific, or vacationing at New York's Summer Festival, men of America know that nothing satisfies like the big, clean taste of top tobacco in Chesterfield King. Top tobacco filter action, tops in friendly satisfaction. Chesterfield!
All right, now, you heard those pain reliever claims as well as I did. What did they say?
Well, something about, I don't know.
Uh-huh. One yells, I have extra ingredients, and says, I'm 50% stronger. And one gets real serious and says, I'm the modern drug for pain and won't upset your stomach. Ha! All I need to know is what it said in an article in the Journal of the American Medical Association.
What did it say?
That a test of 5 leading pain relievers showed that Bayer aspirin was every bit as strong and potent as any of them, including the one that claims to be 50% stronger, and that Bayer aspirin was as gentle to the stomach as any of them, too. And that includes your modern Bufford product.
Ah, okay, I get the idea.
And the study I'm talking about was paid for by the government. Any questions?
No.
No kidding. Bayer aspirin is unbeatable. Try it and see.
And now we come to the special feature of the program with which you're all familiar. And, of course, as always, the panel is blindfolded. Are the blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes.
And then will you enter, Mystery Challenger, and sign in, please? A different form of questioning this time, one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we will begin with Kitty Carlisle.
Well, this is an enormous reception. You must be a very big star. Are you a very big star in the entertainment?
Very
What?
big, very big.
Very big. Very
No
big.
question about
Very
that.
big.
Very big.
Mr. Sir.
Big star. I just have to get one question off my mind. Have you very recently been a guest in my house?
Well, that all depends on recent. I don't know what he means.
Okay,
What very
I
recent.
disqualify.
What is that?
He disqualified himself. We're out
I
of
don't even
work.
understand the question.
Very weak. Miss Gilgallis. Yes.
Have you ever been a guest in my house?
Where do you live?
I get it. Okay.
Well, I know you've never been a guest in my house.
That's very true, but that don't rule me out. I mean,
Are you a comic as against a straight dramatic actor?
well, that's a little bit up for grabs, kid.
That would be yes and no. Miss Carlisle?
Have I seen you very recently?
I don't know. What do you see? I got a lot of work, baby. I'm very prolific. You know what I mean? I don't know what you see.
You get around a lot. Everybody's seen you. You've been visiting, too.
I do my very best, always.
You got any ideas, Miss Kitty? You want to reach for something?
Are you going to be in a picture that's opening here on Monday?
Oh, boy.
Tuesday? How to Murder Your Wife?
Oh, forget it.
Is it Jack Lemmon?
Jack Lemmon.
I've been with all of these people. What I'm wondering is, how did you get out of my house without my seeing you go?
Well, I waited until you left. I think it was the only choice I had.
We
It was
left-
terrible.
we
I was
left
in
one
his
at a
house all
time.
night for dinner.
I left first, then
I
Bennett
know.
left.
I had to wait, and I almost didn't make it. You people cut it very close. I don't want to bother the producer, but gee whiz, you leave pretty late, I'll tell you.
It's a wonderful picture you're going to be in. A wonderful
It's
picture.
an intriguing title.
It's a marvelous picture.
What's the name of that fellow
Do me a favor and be very careful because my wife is here.
Well,
so
mine
that-
is too, Jack. That was worrying me. I don't want to say the wrong
Jack,
thing either.
what's the name of that boy who wrote it again? I can't think of it.
Who? The boy that wrote it?
The picture.
Somebody wrote it. What, George something.
Axel Bass or something.
I know that is. George Axelrod, 7-Year Itch, and a few other marvelous hits, I
Small
guess.
little things like that.
George Axelrod.
Well, I think we should hasten to add that it's a wonderful comedy, How to Murder Your Wife. Now, that doesn't get me out of trouble either, does it?
It doesn't get any of us out of trouble.
Well, it
I've been in
isn't
trouble
funny
ever
when you...
since.
Well, it is. It's funny when it's in picture that Jack is in. You mind if I embarrass you? Do you all know this? I read little things in the paper and they stay in my mind. He was the #2 box office champion in the United States. And the good reason why, you see tonight. He always makes people feel good.
Jack,
I feel good by that.
If Jack's wife is here, Felicia Farr, who starred in Kiss Me Stupid, I think the television audience might like to have a look at her. Is she anywhere around?
I would think so, too, except she's back in the booth looking at us. That's the big problem, I think.
Jack Lemmon is here. Can Felicia be very far?
Oh, my. Well, Jack, thanks very much again for sharing a Sunday night with us, and I hope that he at least gave you a halfway decent meal when you were at his house.
That we did.
That's very
We had
funny.
a very lovely time. As a matter of fact, I'm going back to get dessert.
Well, there's an optimist if I ever saw one. Thanks very much, big fella. Good to see you again.
Good night.
Well, I guess we got to give you a medal tonight, panel, because you've certainly done very well so far. Congratulations. We'll all be back after this word.
Places all. All join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LS, MFT. Alimentary corners like swinging on a gauge. To right to your honey with the right to left 8. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LS, MFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.
Stop. Never wash wood floors again. Stop. Never buff wood floors again. Get new clear wood floor wax. It cleans without water, shines without buffing. Clear dry cleans as you wax, the waterless way that's good for wood. And it's self-polishing. Dries to a beautiful gloss. Get clear wood floor wax. Cleans without water, shines without buffing. New from Johnson Wax.
No matter what kind of dust collectors you have, they need Pledge. A dust cloth alone can't remove dirt and smudges, but Pledge cleans and waxes. Leaves a protective wax shine that resists spills and spots. For tricky dust collectors, spray Pledge on your dust cloth. Johnson's Pledge for waxed beauty instantly as you dust. Every time you dust, anything you dust.
I have a moment to do something that I would like to, just as a reminder for those of you who'd like to puzzle the panel with your occupation, the procedure for applying to do so is a very simple one. Send a snapshot that you can spare because it can't be returned, too many come in. Your name, your address, your occupation, and send it not to me, that merely delays proceedings. Send it to What's My Line, CBS, 485 Madison Avenue, New York, 1022. That's CBS, 485 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, 10022. And good night, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Good night, John. Excuse me, I was talking to Bill. Good night, Bill. Good luck on your series.
Thank you. Good night, Kitty. Good luck on your lecture.
Thank you very much. Good night, Bennett. And I wish that Arlene were here, but I'm delighted to have been here instead.
Well, you're a good substitute, but we miss you, Arlene. Come back. Good night, John.
Good night, Bennett. Nothing happened tonight. Bennett's tired. And thank you all for being with us on What's My Line?
What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Todman. This is Johnny Olson inviting you to attend one of our broadcasts. For tickets, write to What's My Line, CBS Tickets, 485 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, 10022. What's My Line was brought to you tonight by Johnson's Wax, makers of new clear wood floor wax, cleans without water, shines without buffing.